What's up, you guys? How y'all doing? I have returned for a long-awaited softball recap. I've been kind of delaying this because I had other duties around the house to take care of. But anyway, before I get to this, I also have two things to say. The first one I'm going to get out of the way early, and that's regarding the UH men's basketball team. After what happened on Wednesday night against with the CSUN and UC Santa Barbara, it was CSUN who came out the winners in overtime, 84-81. And that means that the UH men's basketball team will go up against CSUN on Thursday afternoon at 3 p.m. Hawaii time. So I just thought I'd get that out of the way. So Santa Barbara's bounced out of the tournament. Hopefully UH will come through with the win there. You won't see a prediction video there because you never know what can happen. But quite frankly, I think UH is going to win that one. I wanted to see them go up against CSUN, and I got my wish. The next thing I'm going to talk about before we get to the softball recap, you guys, just remember, subscribe. That's how my channel grows. I got my channel remonetized, and I want to be able to keep it. And the only way I can do that is if you hit the subscribe button, because YouTube's been unsubscribing some people from channels, and I'm very likely one of them. So just double check. It helps the channel grow. I want to keep my monetization status, and the only way I can do that is with your help. So anyway, without further delay, let's get into this. All right, I'm going to put up my banner here. That's right. UH versus Cleveland State for softball. It was the final day of the Outrigger Rainbow Wāhine Classic. And after dropping their doubleheader against Connecticut and New Mexico, UH came out the winners over Cleveland State 6-1. And they took two over Cleveland State. I wasn't here for the first game because that tied in with senior night. The UH men's basketball team against Bakersfield. I really didn't want to feel like I had to rush over there. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to just go to one sport to keep my plate light. And it turns out that UH shut out Cleveland State 13-0 in 5 innings. And look what happened here. They ended up winning that. They ended up winning their second game against Cleveland State 6-1. But as you can see on my banner, there was a scare in the 4th inning. And I'm going to talk about that right now. But first off, the only one to score for Cleveland State turned out to be, it was Gilkerson who scored. That's, to be specific, Emma Gilkerson, who scored off Staffan, a Dakota Staffan RBI single, and that came in the 2nd inning. So I'm glad I got that out of the way. Now I will say though, to add to my banner, I put there as a scare in the 4th inning because Izabella Martinez took a shot to her knee in that 4th inning, I believe, and she was down hard, and I could hear her from my seat kind of sobbing, and I thought, that's the last thing UH needed with conference play just around the corner. And that is true because they're heading to Santa Barbara for conference play, to begin conference play anyway. And so UH ended up winning that one 6-1. I like to think that what happened to Bella Martinez in the 4th inning kind of made something in them snap, kind of like when you're cooking a meal and you forget to add a particular ingredient, and something inside of you just breaks and you're completely pissed off. And or you could also look at it as like working on a project and then something collapses and then you have to start from scratch. And then that's when something inside of you completely snaps. And here's what Maya Nakamura had to say about what happened with Bella. But fortunately, before I get to that, she appeared to be okay. And here's what Maya Nakamura had to say about it.
I mean, I think at first everybody was a little like, shaken up, but I think we're all mature enough to, reset, make sure that we're, composed before moving forward, and then.
And I'll tell you this: to score 6 in the 5th inning is a big statement in itself, and that's what UH did. As a result, Cleveland State, they never scored again after the 2nd inning. And I thought that was a pretty big statement, especially with conference coming around. Because when you think about it, in just those 2 games, UH had outscored Cleveland State 19-1. 19-1. And they only played, 12 innings? Yeah, 12 innings. Because that was a 5-inning shutout. And of course, the mercy rule applies with 8 runs scored. If a team wins by 8, is leading by 8 after the 5th inning, then the mercy rule applies. And unfortunately, UH has been on the wrong end of those themselves a time or two. And that has certainly been the case this season. So, I just thought I'd keep it short today. And I actually was very encouraged with them, especially considering that they left for Santa Barbara to begin conference play. Now, UH softball was picked to finish 6th in conference play, but as always, I think they're way better than 6th place. So we'll see what happens. Of course, softball is wide open, a lot more wide open than basketball would be. But still, what kind of grade would I give UH softball? I'd give them an A+ because they definitely use what happened to Martinez as inspiration, or as kind of like that little snapping feeling inside of themselves to come through with the win. And I'm glad to see them do that, because that's what they got to do to get a 3-0 series. They got to get pissed. If they take it out on the other, if they take out any frustrations on the other team, let's just hope that they don't do it physically, because they really needed a 3-0 series last season, and because Dallas Millwood went down, they were not able to do so. So anyway, guys, that's all for today. I thought I'd keep it a little short today. So you will see some softball recaps from now on. I don't think I'll be doing a recap after the CSUN game. I don't know. We'll see what happens. If UH wins, I probably might, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, guys, that's all for today. And remember, subscribe, and I'll catch you all later. Malama Pono, everyone.